Hi everyone, I'm Bagadon at StockMarketCaddy.com. It is July 19th at about 10:20, and you're looking at our trade manager for a number of systems that we're running. Um, and if you've been following us or have happened upon us, feel free to check out our website and our various postings. We're involved in the markets each and every day and trade them for a living. What I wanted to show you is not our trade manager, and that isn't necessarily representative of all of our positions, but I wanted to show you something and explain what we're seeing briefly on in the options market in the way of a skew. But first, this is the VIX complex, and the VIX complex is indicating that everything is risk on. When the VIX is red, it generally means the markets are green. But hold with me for a moment. Okay, so we're seeing all risk on here, which is a little bit unusual in times like this, but the VIX is exceptionally calm. The markets are never really calm, but the VIX is indicating that. But what I want to show you is something that we call the skew. We even have the yield curve, but we're going to talk just about the skew. The skew is giving us a reading tonight of 150, basically 151. And this is not a dynamic number. It's updated every day at 5 o'clock, and it represents the skew of the previous day. Now, when you have an exceptionally low VIX and the market's at their highs, and you have an exceptionally high skew, you have a big problem. So let me explain what that is. Okay, what I want to explain to you is skew. When you have, I'm going to use this as an example, it comes from the options market, and it's referring to the premium structure on the options on the S&P. So if we have the S&P, for instance, it's not trading there, but I'm going to just do this as an example at 100. Let's just pretend it's trading at 100. And you wanted to go out, and let's say that you want to buy a call, and let's go out here and say you want to buy a call at 120. You'll pay a premium for that call at 120, and if you went out on the other side, if you were bullish, you'd bet on 120. If you were bearish and wanted to buy a put at 80, you would also pay a premium. Now, you would think $20 up, $20 down, you would think that the premium for both would be the same. They're not. Generally, the puts, a bearish bet, there is a bit of a skew. And the reason being is that people are more fearful than they are greedy, and the premiums and prices fall faster than they rise. You've always heard them talk about prices melting up versus, or going up a flight of stairs versus coming down the well of an elevator. So there is normally a little bit of a skew, Well, skew is measured primarily that number they showed you earlier at 151. Usually the skew is measured in terms of 120. Very difficult to write with this little pen. To 150, thereabouts. Now, it can go lower and it can go higher. The question you want to know is, where is it normal? Normally, the skew, get out of there, oh, for heaven's sakes, is 128. 128 is a normal skew. Generally, when the market is at its highs, and people are buying calls like crazy, and you have a skew below 120, and the market is at its highs, and the volatility is very low, it's usually a contrarian indicator that the market's about to go the other way and go down. When we have the market selling off very, very hard, and we get a very high skew reading up here, something north of 130, certainly at 150 is very, very high, you would want to be thinking, in the VIX being very high, you would be thinking that the market has reached its panic stage, and you might want to start thinking about buying the market or buying calls. Tonight, and for the last several days, we get a condition where it's just the opposite. And when the last time we had this condition, not to this extreme, this is even more extreme, was back in February. The market is at its highs. The VIX, the VIX is on its lows. The skew is at its high. What's happening is those big players who have big positions are concerned about something. Now, they may be right, they may be wrong, but they, in a very big way, have been selling or writing calls to the speculative class as they bid the market up and up and up and sell call premiums. But at the same time, they are turning around and they are buying puts, defensive positions, and they're buying them with a vengeance. Any little catalyst, I don't know what it is, but any kind of ignition to the VIX, and we are getting an indication, I can't get into it tonight, but we'll share this with our members, that the markets are indicating to us what we call a false high, and the VIX is being indicated as a false low. So any kind of ignition to the VIX, in our estimation, is going to generate a dramatic drop in the markets. Now, we're not into predicting crashes and things of that sort, but a dramatic drop is what we'll say. Now, people who are putting on these puts, when they want to close those puts, they need to buy them to close, and that will actually generate some support in the market. The question is, we don't know, and nobody knows, where are those puts in the market? Are they 2% down? Are they 5% down? Are they 10% down? Or are they 30% down? Nobody knows. Now, if things balance out over the next few days, we're going to be monitoring this with our members. We're going to let our members know. I'm Bag of Don at StockMarketCaddy.com. If you are getting what you need from CNBC or whoever it is you're following, great. If you're not, feel free to follow us. Better yet, feel free to join. We make every night, Sunday to Thursday, we do a detailed review of the market for that day. We look at it through our algorithms, which are proprietary, and it's 1 hour, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, for $99 a month. If you want to join our level 2 group and you're on TradeStation, for just an additional $400, you get to see the intraday swing machine, and you get all of our proprietary indicators, strategies on your computer. I'm Bag of Don at StockMarketCaddy.com. Feel free to call, feel free to email. I'm not a broker, I'm not a broker. We don't make specific recommendations to buy or sell anything. We are a mentoring site of like-minded folks. Good night and good luck.